What trickery is this? Mal'Ganis! I don't know how you survived, but
Calm yourself, Prince Arthas. I am Tychomenes. Like Mal'Ganis, I am a Dreadlord. But I am not your enemy. In truth, I've come to congratulate you.
Congratulate me?
By killing your own father and delivering this land to the Scourge, you have passed your first test. The Lich King is pleased with your enthusiasm.
Yes. I've damned everyone and everything I've ever loved in his name. And I still feel no remorse, no shame, no pity.
The rune blade that you carry was forged by the Lich King and empowered to steal souls. Yours was the first one it claimed.
Then I'll make do without one. What is the Lich King's will?
The cult of the damned must be rallied once again. Many of the acolytes have been in hiding amongst the populace. Once you've rallied them, I will give you further instructions.
Tread lightly. Frostmourne. Ah, at last. No one orders me around.
Greetings, great lord. Our master, Kel'Thuzad, told us that you would come.
Kel'Thuzad? How could he have known it?
Be wary. If the townsfolk see your undead minions, they'll call the local guards to stop you.
The
dead have risen again. Guards!
What is it now? Ah, at last.
The dead have risen again.
Finally.
Guards!
Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. This is more like it. No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. Ah, at last.
Seek out the local graveyards. Those buried there will serve you well.
Tread lightly. Speak, fool.
Prince Arthas, arm yourselves!
Tread lightly. Speak, fool. This is more like it. Ah, at
I
last.
shall be your eyes.
What is it now?
What needs revealing? I'll look into it. I go unseen.
No one orders me around. What is it now? This is more like it.
The
Frostmourne
undead!
hungers.
Sound the alarm!
Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
The damned stand ready.
Speak, fool. This is more like it. Finally. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Finally. Now, Frostmourne. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. What is it now? This is more like it. Must be Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Must be. What is it now?
I shall be your eyes.
No one orders me around.
The dead have risen again.
At last.
Guards!
Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Finally.
My sight is yours. I'll
What
look
is it
into
now?
it.
Ah, at last. Finally.
Mercy, my lord.
Frostmourne hungers. For the Lich King. Your pain shall be legendary. Faithless coward. This is more like it.
I live only to
Tread
serve.
lightly. At last.
Finally.
For the Lich King. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
How could you murder your own father?
Frostmourne hungers. Now, Frostmourne.
Mercy, my lord.
At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This
My
is
life, Bonezul.
I'll make sure you suffer.
The
You
dead
will know
have risen again.
Frostmourne
Guards!
hungers. Tread lightly. At last. This is more like it.
Finally.
Help!
At
The
last.
undead have
I
returned.
live only to serve.
Frostmourne
Mercy, my
hungers.
lord.
Finally.
Frostmourne hungers.
Help! The undead have returned.
At last. For the Lich
My
King.
life, Bonezul.
Help! The undead have
Frostmourne
returned.
hungers.
I
At
live
last.
Mercy,
He's
my lord.
serve,
bastard.
great lord.
Frostmourne hungers. At last. Frostmourne hungers.
Finally.
What is it now?
I'm in
No
luck. These graves were dug recently. Arise in the name of the Lich King.
What is it now? Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers.
Must be.
What is it now?
Finally.
Frostmourne hungers. I bow
Finally.
to your will. Frostmourne hungers.
The
Finally.
dead have risen again.
Frostmourne hungers.
Guards!
Finally.
Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. At last. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers.
Finally.
Say your prayer.
Frostmourne
Bandits,
hungers.
run!
At last. This is more like it. At last. Frostmourne hungers.
I live
This is more
only
like
to
it.
serve.
At last. What is it now?
Finally.
No one orders me around. Speak, fool. What is it now? Must be. No one orders me around. Speak, fool. At last. This is more like it.
Finally. I live only to
You will
serve.
no end this one. Now, Frostmourne. Tread lightly. What is it now? Frostmourne hungers.
Finally.
I
Faithless
bow to
coward.
your will. This is more like it.
Finally.
At last. Frostmourne hungers. Your pain shall be legendary.
Finally.
At
I
last.
live only to serve.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
Finally.
At last. Tread lightly. This is more like it.
Finally.
Speak, fool. No one orders me around. At last. Tread lightly.
My life, Bonezul.
Speak, fool. Now, Frostmourne. I'll make sure you
Finally.
Must be.
No one orders me around. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers.
Finally.
Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
The undead!
Finally.
Sound the alarm!
This is more like it.
The
Frostmourne
undead! Sound the
hungers.
alarm!
Betrayed us all. My life for
At
this.
last. This is more like it. Finally. What is it now? You will know endless torment. Frostborn hungers.
Kill them all!
Frostborn hungers. Finally.
I bow to
This
your
is more like it. At last. Finally. This is more like
I
it.
bow to your
The dead have risen again.
At last. This is more like
I
it.
live only to serve, great lord.
At last. Frostborn hungers.
You should
This
burn in hell.
The dead
My
have
life
risen
for
again.
Azul.
Speak,
Guards!
fool. No one orders me around. This is more like it.
My life
Speak,
for
fool.
Azul.
Finally. What is it now? This is more like it. Frostborn hungers.
Well done, Death Knight. The cult is nearly assembled.
Lordaeron lies in ashes. What good are these cultists to us now?
They will aid you in your next undertaking.
And what's that?
You will go to Underhall and recover the remains of the Acolyte's former master, the necromancer, Kel'Thuzad.